So there we are. So we're going to be talking about club secretary and what your responsibilities are. And I am your presenter, and Bill Tobin is our tech person. So if anything goes wrong, you can text him, chat him. To avoid the feedback, we'd like everybody to mute themselves. Thank you. And use chat to ask any questions. Bill is going to monitor that for me. He may answer some of the questions if he knows that answer. Otherwise, when it comes back to our Q&A, then I will do my best to answer those. So what are the main responsibilities? That's one of the things we're going to cover. How do you work with the president and treasurer? Because you will be working closely with both of them. How do you support the club committees? You may be asked to help with some of that. You will be managing the membership leads and new member activity that goes on with your club. And you will help support the club's strategic plan. We want to keep everything on track, and you're going to be helping with that. So everyone needs to be signed up with My Rotary. If you have not done that, it's critical that you do that ASAP, because this is where you're going to take care of everything. It's where all the club business is done. It's where information gets to Rotary International. You're going to make sure that personal information is updated, club data, membership data. You're going to help generate the reports if your president wants you to do that. That's something where you'll find out exactly how they want this to play out during their term. You can see the club balance reports, contributions, polio reports, and you're going to use Rotary Club Central to review and edit some of the club's goals and progress. When I finish with the PowerPoint, which is only 8 slides, I'm going to actually take you into My Rotary, and I'm going to show you how this works. And I'm also going to take you into the district club runner, because I want to show you how you can communicate with all your club members, how you can do one email that will generate and go out to everybody. So I want you to be familiar with that. I'm hoping by the time I get done with this presentation. So you want to know your role, and you want to check everything off and make sure that you stay on track to help your club be the best it can be. So the club administration is one of your tasks, one of your responsibilities. You will be a member of the club's board of directors, and you'll be attending those board meetings and taking minutes. If your president wants you to help set the agenda and send notices, again, some presidents do that themselves, and some have their secretary do it. So this is something that you'll work with your president on. But you will provide support in any materials that are needed if your president wants you to do that too. So you'll be helping them with communications. The club dues and fees will be coming in. Generally, the treasurer takes care of that, but may want you to assist. And the Rotary International invoices are driven off of the membership. So that's why membership becomes very important. And there's an annual report at the end of the year that you'll help the president with. That's one of your most important responsibilities. You'll support the treasurer in collecting the dues. Some treasurers, again, will take care of that themselves, but you need to make sure that it's getting done. You will be reporting club members' meeting attendance. You'll be sending that monthly to the district governor. You'll input new member information in My Rotary. Again, that's very important that you're signed up and ready to go with that if you aren't already. Club transfer members, you're going to confirm membership payment is current so that they don't have to pay a second fee. There's a form that will be generated between clubs or between districts when this occurs. And that's why I want to take you into My Rotary so that you can see where it all is. It really is super easy to do, but like anything else, if you're not familiar with it, we procrastinate, and it doesn't seem so easy. So you want to make sure that the membership is current, up to date, and that is critical. So with the finances, The club invoice is received early in July and early January, and it is based on membership numbers that are reported in my Rotary. So you will probably want to get together with the existing current secretary of your club in June. Make sure that all the membership numbers are correct because it's going to be in your term in July that that Rotary International bill is going to come in. And it does come 2 times a year, like you can see, early July and early January. So you can see how critical it is that those membership numbers are current. If somebody has left and they haven't been taken out of my Rotary where your membership numbers are, you're going to have to pay for that member. So you want to be sure that that's taken care of. And again, the club dues and fees and working with the treasurer to ensure all members receive their invoices. The Rotary International Foundation, again, is part of the responsibility with the treasurer. The president's going to assign access to those reports. We need to be sure that you've been assigned access so that when you're in my Rotary, you can do the things that you need to do. You should be able to take care of these now. So I'm going to go into, I hope, into my, um, and I know you told me there was a better way to do this, Bill, but
Any way you get there, you just need to
I
share
know.
your
It's just
screen. There you go.
whatever works, right? So this is what my Rotary looks like when you first sign in. Okay, this is the front page, the home page. Okay, so when you want to get to your administration, get that to roll up. My computer's going to give me trouble. Okay, this is the top. You'll see right here where it says manage. So you're going to hold your arrow there and make sure you come straight down to go over, because if you head over this way, you start getting other menus that come down. So it just makes it easier if you know that from the get-go. So come straight down, go over to your club administration, and there's your club administration. And you click on that, and it's going to bring you right into that. Oh, it's going to make me log in. Crud. Hold on. I got to go get my, oh, I think I might remember what it is. I was logged in. Why it dropped me. See if I got that right. Okay. So here you are now. It should be into your club administration. So you scroll down because every page that you go to is going to have this blue at the top and you're going to feel like nothing has happened. So you're going to scroll down and here's where you access everything. So you can see there's your club invoice, your daily club balance reports. You can edit how you want the invoice to look. Here's where you update member data. You add members. You can record the new member sponsors. You can update your meeting details. If you change the time or the address or whatever, it can be done in there. Membership leads. I want to show you something there, but I'm going to keep scrolling down for a minute. If you're involved with Rotaract, there's places there that you can put that information. Club sponsorships, if you sponsor an Interact club, there's certification forms, etc. there. Your club giving, there's printable forms in there that you can access. And so this is also something right here that I wanted to make sure that you saw. The insurance, you can click on the district liability insurance program and it will give you the link to connect to get your certificate of insurance if you need that for events. So I'm going to try to go into that and I'm going to hope that the internet can handle all this. So see, every page brings you this blue at the top. So just know you have to scroll down. So here's where it talks about that. And if you'll see right here, my arrow where it says Gallagher Insurance website, I don't want to go there, so I can't hold my arrow there long. That's where you can ask for the certificate. And you'll have a password, a username and password that your club president should have. I'm not sure if it's sent to you as the secretary, but you can get that so that whenever the club needs that certificate of liability, you can get it here for your events. So it's super easy to do. So I have found, because not all the pages have a back. So if you go here and back to your little beginning, it'll bring you back to that page. That I have found is the easiest way to go back and forth between the pages that you're in. So now you're back to your club administration again. So I want to show you in the membership, and I have this document as a PDF if any of you want it. Did I pass it? I think I did. Yeah. So I have this document I'm going to show you as a PDF. If you want me to email it to you, all you have to do is email me and ask for it. Sometimes it's easier to just have that available. But this talks about how the membership leads come into you. I don't know how many of you know about this, but I wanted to be sure you saw this because you can check on this. So it talks about how it works. So a prospective member or a relocating member or Rotarian who is referring a potential member submits information on Rotary.org. And from there, it works its way down to the district governor, who then matches it with the prospect to a club. And you can take a look at it and decide if that prospect is somebody that you want to contact or if you want to refer them to another club that you think might be better. So this is a really great resource for getting members.
Mary Lynn, I'm sorry, this is
Sure.
Desiree. I'm going to stop you here. You actually have the perfect person on the call to help explain this. Bill Tobin is the current and incoming district membership chair. And he
Okay.
has got a whole process for membership leads. And
Okay.
it's not really coming to the clubs individually. It does come to the district governor, but the district membership chair is managing all those membership leads.
Right.
So I don't know, Bill, if you want to say anything more about it.
Well, I think that all of the club secretaries and club presidents should at least go and look at that document that Mary Lynn's sharing with everyone. But there is a particular part that clubs play in membership leads, and all the club membership chairs were recently sent a one-sheeter, a 1-2-3 sheet on what they need to do that. So if I do not have your club membership chair, or if it's changing for the upcoming year, then the club president gets that information, or next starting July 1, the club president that year. So that's what I could add to that. But the leads are very important, whether they come through Rotary or through other members in your club, and it's important that you track them, just like Mary Lyn was outlining here.
Yeah, so I just want to be, really sure that the secretaries and the upcoming secretaries and anyone that's going to be involved in this aspect of the club understands that those leads are out there and that this is part of the process. Your membership doesn't just come from your club members that, bring somebody in. There are other areas that they come from that you need to be aware of. So I wanted you to understand that. And then there's the view and the managed leads. So you can see all of these links. You just click on them to get to what you want to see. And again, there's forms inside here. And anytime that you're in a page and you want to go back, you can either click on home and you can start, but it's just as easy to go to your manage to get out of that page and go back down to your beginning and go in. I've tried using the back arrow like you do a lot of times when you're on the website, and it doesn't always work. So I would just highly suggest that you do this. So anyway, I wanted you familiar with that. I wanted you to see how easy it is to go in and do what you need to do. It's very user friendly as long as you know where to start from and how to kind of maneuver through that website. So let's see. I wanted to show you how to communicate with, I'm not sure.
Mary Lynn, if you got time for a question,
I
Miguel
do.
wants to know if honorary members are billed. Are they part of the billing? Do they pay dues? Or as honorary members, are they exempt from those? I think probably the best answer is I don't believe they are, but
That's
you can
my,
go
yeah,
right
that's,
here on this web page you're sharing and go to the club invoice, and you'll see exactly who is paying dues or who's being invoiced for dues in your club.
yeah, right here. Do you want me to go to a club invoice?
Well,
Uh,
I can answer the question. The
Okay.
honorary members are not charged district or Rotary International dues, and usually clubs don't charge dues of the honorary members. The only thing that you may pay for, and they can opt out of it, is the Rotary magazine. It's
Yeah.
$1 a month, so you get an invoice twice a year, so it's $6 on each of those invoices for your honorary members if they're getting the Rotary magazine, and they can opt out of that if they want.
and that's why
Okay.
she's in charge next year.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say I believe they don't, but I wouldn't want to answer that positively either. My understanding from just past conversations is they don't, but so thank you, Desiree. Are there any other questions? Anybody want me to go into one of these so you can see what's there?
Diana's got her hand up. There you go.
Okay, I was trying to type as fast as I could, but we have, I'll show the bar. We have an associate member status and they pay half dues to us, but we can't get them recognized by RI. They won't recognize them. They keep telling us we should have these alternate memberships. How can we get them recognized by RI?
Desiree?
Yeah,
Well,
you know what? Let me tackle that one offline too. That's
Okay.
kind of getting a little bit outside of what we're here for
Okay.
tonight. Diane, send me an email with that because that's interesting. I'll run that up to Julie Aubrey and Rotary, and we'll try and find a solution to that because growing Rotary depends in the future on associations with people like that as associate
Right.
members. So,
Yeah, we're like we have a corporate membership and okay, thank you.
and Bill, maybe that answer can get out to all the attendees because they may have that same question.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd like to know that too, because it could be a question that comes up when I'm, secretary for the district, and I would like to be able to answer that too. Is there anything else? No other questions or anything in the chat, Bill?
Nope. Thanks, Diane, for putting that in the chat because we're going to make a copy of that.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Mary Lynn. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else in here. I just mainly wanted you to be familiar with how this moves around so that you can go in easily and do what you need to do. I'm going to, because I can't get out for some reason. I want to get at my, uh, okay, I'm going to go back here. I want to get into, and I can't, the thing's in my way. Can I move that? Yes, there we go. That's what I needed to do. So I want to go into Club Runner. All right, I wanted to show you how you can send an email out. For those of you that don't know, you can send a group email out to all of your members in your club. So when you're logged into Club Runner, the district Club Runner, you go to member area. Is it going to do it? All right. So in this member area, there's a couple of really great things that you can do. Right here, you can search member directory. If you want to find somebody, you can click on that and you can fill out whatever you want to do for the person that you want to search for. But under communication services, you can click on email all members. And then you can see all the emails I've sent. Compose new message. And here's where you do it. So if you go to active members and click on that, and then click on the plus, it opens up for all the clubs. So you can pick your club. Actually, I'm going to unclick that, and I'm going to click the club Arden Arcade, and I'm going to expand it, and it's going to give me a list of the members. And here's, you can go to the next page. So if you only have like 10 different members that you want to send one email to, you can unclick for all of them, and you can click on the ones that you want to send it to, and then say you're done. And over here, you're going to create your email. And it's always going to pick up their names. All you have to do in here is put your subject in, and then go down in here and start typing your message. And when you've got the message done, you can also attach a file right here. You can send a list of recipients as attachment or not. You can send it now, or you can schedule it, and you can send to yourself first. And that's usually what I do, is I send it to myself, make sure everything is correct, and then I go back to the email, fix anything I need to do. You can save it as a draft if it's something that you need to get some other information for. But this is a great way to send emails out to your club members. So I don't know how many of you have been able to do this or are familiar with this, but this is something to me is going to be really, really handy as a secretary. So I just wanted to show you guys that too. So I think that's pretty much what I had to give you. So anybody got any questions, or do you feel like you're a little more comfortable with the areas that you're going to be going in to do your reporting and gather information?
Mary Lynn, this is Dean. That membership you just went through, that is filtered by club, right? We don't all have access to all the clubs, I don't believe. Is that
No,
not true?
yeah, you don't. And I do, just because of what I'm doing and the, different positions, but you will have your club right there. And so it's really important that your president or whoever is in their positions for this year, make sure that you're in and designated as the incoming secretary or whatever position, treasurer, secretary. So you have access to all of this now. They've got to give you the access. If they haven't done that yet, you need to rattle their cage and tell them to do it, because you need to start working on these items now and being familiar with this now. And you need to be connecting with your secretaries and your treasurers for this year, and learning how your club does it, because clubs are all different. I don't think our secretary, and Desiree, you could confirm this for me, but I don't think our secretary with Point West has anything to do with sending the invoices out for our club members' dues. I think that's done totally by our treasurer. So,
Correct.
yeah, it
Correct.
depends on how the clubs run
Yeah.
and how they want to do things. But you, as the incoming secretary, I know some of you are secretary treasurers. I saw that on the list. Um, you need to understand how it's done And if you can fine tune it and make it better, then go for it. But, you know, each club is different how they handle some of these things, and you need to become familiar now. And I also have a club secretary handbook. I think I think it was up to 2021. They covered a 3-year period, and I think 2021 or 2020 was the end of the dates on it. But I do have that handbook, and I can send that to you. It's a PDF file. If anybody is interested in getting that handbook, it has a lot of information in it. It's a lot more detailed, but you know, you might be able to find some answers to things in that handbook too, if you're interested in getting that.
Mary Lynn, Leanne has asked, can you show how to enter a new member into Club Runner? Can you go into Point West Rotary to enter a new member?
So is
You
that
know,
in
actually, Club Runner has some very good videos, I believe, on YouTube that walk you right through that process. And it's probably easier to do that than to try and mock it up till the bitter end when you actually do something. But the key thing to know here is that you want to have it linked with Rotary International, unless you plan on keeping separate on everything. And there's a couple of tricks in Club Runner to do that with making sure everything's synchronized. And that will weed out, and you will find that as invoices occasionally will have duplicates of members, and you're like, how did that ever happen? And a lot of times it's because those systems were out of sync, and then they got synced up, and for some reason a membership number was different, or perhaps a name was entered, first name last name first was mixed up. Our club has had all those scenarios happen, and I'm sure most others have as well.
Right.
So again, Club Runner's got some really good tutorials that they've put together to help support us in things like that.
So a question that I have is, you know, for you and Desiree, because I don't know this, is it, so we put the membership information into My Rotary, correct? Is that where you put the new membership? Club Runner is different. Club Runner is on the district.
It can go either way.
Okay,
as
so
long as when you go into Club Runner, there's an option when you enter a new member. It says and I'm paraphrasing, but you'll get the gist of it. Synchronize with RI database or something like that, and it's a checkbox.
Yes.
And you have to make sure you check that checkbox if all your primary data input is through Club Runner. And then Club Runner they say within 24 hours, but you know, give it 48 or 72, because we all know My Rotary goes down, Club Runner goes down, the whole internet can go down and so forth. But give it a couple of days, and then you should be able to go into your My Rotary under Rotary Club Central, pull up your club roster and see that new entry. Typically, it doesn't take more than a couple of days. And yeah, best to sync Club Runner. All right, exactly. That's exactly what I was suggesting. So yeah, to run that synchro to make sure that you don't have those duplicates is really important. But also making sure you're telling it to synchronize when you add that new member.
so you want to go to Club Runner to put your new member in and not My Rotary?
You can do it either way. You can go either way. Some clubs do on Club Runner and some do it in My Rotary, but they upload and download to each other. And like Bill said, that sync and integration button is really handy, and it will tell you there's mismatches. You may have a person in your club named Daniel Smith, and he's entered in your club as Daniel Smith, but he's entered in at Rotary.org as Dan Smith, and it'll say there's a mismatch, and it'll ask you which one do you want to use as the correct one. And so it gives you that information as well, but it updates the information both ways.
So your membership invoices then can be affected by those duplicates, correct?
Yes.
No, it would not list, well, it wouldn't list the person twice. It would just say, you've got this person listed
Okay.
this way, and we have them listed this way.
Right, but if you do have two different membership numbers, then yeah, the invoice would represent it that way. And I've seen that happen too, because another thing, when you do membership leads, that person's assigned a Rotary ID number when they fill out the I'm interested in joining Rotary form.
Mm-hmm.
So if I am passing a lead off to your club as membership chair, and you're inputting them in Club Runner as a new member, a few weeks down the road when you induct the new member, you'll have to make sure and use that same Rotary number, or you're going to generate two different Rotary numbers. It sounds much more complicated than it is. Don't sit there and say, "Oh, what did I sign up for?" It really, and there's a lot of help available. Mary Lyn's available. I'm available. Obviously, Desiree is available. There are people who have been in your shoes before who are available. But I think the important thing is that we really need to start utilizing, getting off of the paper ledger and utilizing these electronic resources we have available to us, because that is the future. And I think we've all seen how the electronic age has changed a lot just in the last 12 months. I don't want to manipulate this. It's Mary Lyn's show.
No.
That's all I have to add now.
Yeah, no, this is all good information, because some of, I have never done the membership. Mine is just what I've been told. This is how it works. I've never input a member myself. And so, this is great information. And so my question then would be, if I get a paper application comes in to the club, it's up to the secretary to input the information from that paper application, correct?
Well, ultimately it would depend on the club's dynamics. In our club, the membership chair would take on most of that responsibility, and the secretary is pretty much ordering their badge from and their shirt at that point. But other clubs have different dynamics. It's important for a secretary of any club, and that's part of the point of having this session, is that we cover all the possibilities, because Foothill Highlands may not have the same potential help around, or El Dorado Hills, than a Point West or a Roseville. So it's important that as people come in and learn these roles, we learn all the various aspects of what it might take, because sooner or later it may come down to having to figure out something. Mary Jo asks a good question, Mary Jo to Mary Lyn. Can you define the difference between Club Runner, RI, and My Rotary? Or I think by RI, she might mean Rotary Club Central, My Rotary, Club Runner.
Yeah. Well, My Rotary is where a lot of the input and a lot of the training you're learning is in there. Club Runner is your district. That's your district webpage that you go into and where you can work with your members. And then RotaryRI.org, I'm not sure. Desiree, can you answer that one?
Well, Rotary.org is the main Rotary website. My Rotary is for members, and you join. The first time you get onto My Rotary, they ask you to join, and that's where you create the password. So that part of the Rotary website, the My Rotary, is a subset of the greater Rotary website, and you need a password to join. So that's something when you first join, you set that up, and then that's your access. And Mary Lyn, that's what you had to enter when you showed us that page.
Right.
And then Club Runner is for districts and clubs to manage. You can do websites, you can do what they call the backside, the attendance, you can do your entering new members and all of that stuff. And they sync together.
Yeah, you can do events with that too, correct?
Correct.
I would encourage everybody to go and make sure you're signed up on My Rotary and take advantage of Rotary Club Central and the goal setting and the reporting. You can put service projects in there, the number of volunteers, the number of volunteer hours, the money you raise, where the money goes. All the things we've kind of kept in our heads or in some magic binder that gets passed through the years, it's all right there in Rotary Club Central now. And beyond that, obviously, all the goal setting now for presidential citations are, I don't think it's all of them, are done through Rotary Club Central. So we have to use it anyways. Let's use it to the best possible way. And there's so much in there. Since our club really started paying attention to putting things like volunteer hours in Rotary Club Central, we've really been able to see a growth. And been able to define service projects year over year. How many people did that take 2 years ago? Hey, we're able to do more now with the same number of people, be able to put some comments in there along the way. So it's a valuable tool that is there for everyone in the club to see. You don't have to ask who's got the binder, who's got our history binder of service on this, and so I really recommend everyone, not just club secretaries or club leaders, but everyone in a Rotary club, to take a look. And My Rotary, there are bulletin boards in there that you could join. There's a great one for fundraising idea. There's a one for virtual meetings idea. I'm not, there's dozens and dozens of them. And some of them are very active, and there's some great information and idea sharing. Sherry was just in the room.
Yeah.
My wife, you don't know Sherry. That's why I fumbled on that. And problem solving. So again, these are some tools that I just don't think enough Rotarians are taking advantage of. And there's such great help there to
Yeah,
help
I
our clubs
agree.
thrive.
You
And the
know, and
learning
I'll
center is there too.
yeah.
The learning center. Yeah. And
Yes, yes.
yeah, and there's super the different trainings that you can take in the learning center are broken up really nice. You can pick, for secretary there is one, for the presidents there's one. There's also how to present or how to work with the team, things like that. And so you pick that module that you want to get instruction in, and it's broken into maybe 12 sessions that are 15 or 20 minutes long, and you can keep going in and finish up the entire instruction by doing those modules at different intervals that you've got time to do them. And it's really easy, and there's a lot of great information. They're interactive. They'll have you make choices to see if you've comprehended what they taught you. So I highly recommend going in there and taking a look around and getting familiar with what's in there, because everything is going to help the club function better.
Yeah, and the Learning Center is unbelievable. They
It
put so much
is.
time and effort in there, and it's fabulous.
It's
My
great.
Learning Center's on the call. It was Joanne Lemon, and she would go hoarse teaching me everything I knew in 2010 about Rotary. And boy, if she had a resource like that, she'd say, Bill, go to the Learning Center, go to the Learning Center.
Yeah, there's some great modules in there to take.
If everybody in here knows where that's at, that's great. And I know it because I had to do some stuff for grants, but you may want to do a screen sharing just to show under learning and reference where that learning center is.
Okay.
Really.
Email services district. We'll just go there, and then I can go over to the my Rotary. So right here. So here's your manage that you click on to get into your club administration. If you go to learning and reference, you can learn club roles. See how that moves around. Learning by role, club roles.
And go down to Learning Center on the left. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if you go by topic, you can also get to it, and then you can pick your topic you want, but that's fine either way.
And there are possibilities both in my Rotary, the Branding Center, the Learning Center. You may need to sign in one time. Every once in a while, it'll come across with a sign in. It's the same sign in as my Rotary, but I've noticed that a couple times. So don't get discouraged if you come across that and think it's a hurdle you can't get over.
So here you go. So it's just really awesome. So let's go into club leadership. Is it going to do it? I never know with my internet. And here's all the different lessons that you can take. Club treasurer, club service projects, club secretary basics. And then you can enroll in them. And then when you're in, let me see, I believe I can get to it here. I'll show you mine. Right here, I can look at my dashboard. And these are the lessons that I've taken. Some I've not started, some I've completed. A club secretary basics, for some reason, keeps saying I'm in progress with that, and I don't know why it won't finish it, because I got all my certificates for it. but you can go in there and you can see which ones you're still doing. And here's where you would start. So when you enroll in them, and then they hold them in your little dashboard, which is the little 3 dots there, or your, lines that you click on. So that's where it's at. Can I get back home from here? That take me back to my Rotary? Yeah. Okay. So you log in, you go to Learning and Reference. You can go over there to Learning Center. You can also learn by topic, or you can learn by role. And that'll take you in there too. Did that help? Do you want to look at anything else while I'm in here?
Surfing the web with Mary Lyn, you don't get this opportunity very often.
Let's see what this is. Exchange ideas. There's discussion groups, my groups, find a group, events, club connections. There's a lot in here. There's a lot of information, a lot of great information. So here, you guys would probably just see your club. I get to see all of them because I'm going to be the district secretary, and I'll be sending a lot of information and helping Desiree with this. But under Manage 2, you've got your brand center, which is really important too. Desiree, you could speak to that as to how important it is that we follow what's in the brand center whenever we're doing anything public.
Yeah, Rotary Brand Center is fabulous. It's got templates, it's got logos. You can create a trifold brochure, super easy. They give you a lot of this stuff, and it's got all of the updated branding. And there's going to be a couple of sessions, I don't have the dates in front of me, on public image that I would encourage club members to attend, talking about Rotary brand. But they make it really easy on this site.
So you can see there's a lot of information in here, and a lot of it is under the Manage. Products and service, there's materials. If we go here, licensed vendors, community marketplace, official Rotary apps. So, it would be really a good idea to get yourself, if you aren't registered with them. And I don't think I had to put my membership number in to do that. I just logged in with my email and made a password, right? I did it so long ago, I don't remember if I had to put my membership number in to do that.
No, I believe you just need to use the email that's on file in your record with Rotary International, which you then backtrack obviously to your club runner that's synchronized up with Rotary's database.
Yeah. But if anybody wants to give me a call, I work at home. I'm pretty available. I respond pretty quick. If you're in my Rotary and you just want to give me a buzz and say, hey, where was that? And I can walk you through it. I'm more than happy to help with that stuff. Crickets.
That's all the questions. Zamaya says, this is very helpful and thank you. And certainly, Mary Lyn, thank you so much. Put a lot of effort into getting this all squared away. I would never have had all those various windows figured out myself. Thank you so much. Any other questions? I know we were hoping to do these in like 45 minutes, and we're right about at that time.
Yeah.
So if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Good. Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome. Well, good
Mary
luck.
Lyn.
Yeah. Happy to help. I'm still learning some of this myself too, but if I can't answer it, I'll certainly find the answer for you. So,
And the recording of this, I don't know where it's going, but Desiree does, and she'll let everybody know where these will be found.
should be on the Zoom cloud.
It will be, we are going to take all the recordings from all of the sessions and put them on YouTube to be watched later by those that weren't able to make it to the live session.
And anybody that wants a review of everything, right?
Yeah.
Go back in and watch
Absolutely.
it too. So,
Absolutely.
okay.
This was very helpful. I'm so glad I came to this meeting at last minute. So
Good.
Thanks, Mazi.
you're welcome.
Well, again, feel free to contact me. I'm happy to help in any way I can. So,
Thanks, Mary Lyn. Thank
All
you all
right.
for attending.
thank you.
you.
Good luck to everybody.